All right, tell us your name.
Emily Brager.
Scared to death to do this.
Yes.
And tell me your name and then introduce us to the dog, because he might be the cutest thing I've ever seen.
My name is Faith Brager, and this is Skittles.
Stop it. Skittles.
Skittles wants to eat this, actually.
Oh my goodness, that is the cutest thing.
That is a cute dog.
With the name Skittles, I think it's adorable that you think that dog is adorable. Tim Hughes, the famous outdoors guy.
Who knew? He's a real softie.
My name is Holly Love. This is Tim Hughes, the outdoors guy for KSL. He knows everything about state parks. And we are here because we are wondering if you can name a state park for me.
Yellowstone in Utah? Yeah? No?
That would be a national park. National park.
State park.
State parks.
Antelope Island.
See? You can almost see it from here.
That's right. I've been there a lot. Someone knows. Snow Canyon.
Good girl. And I know now that that's in St. George.
Are you a lifetime Utah resident?
I'm a lifetime Utah resident.
All right. So what do you know about state parks?
I think they're wonderful.
Can you name any? He doesn't look so sure.
Okay. Well, I know Antelope Island is a state park. There are several down around St. George that I visit. I couldn't give you some exact.
Snow Canyon, sound familiar?
Canyon is one, yes.
Sand Hollow?
Yes, Sand Hollow. I've been to Sand Hollow.
And?
I know there have to be
Willard Bay?
dozens more. Willard Bay.
Did you know that was a state park?
I didn't know it was a state park.
How about Bear Lake?
Been to Bear Lake.
Yeah. See, you are a huge state park supporter. You didn't even know it.
We're here at the farmer's market, surrounded by great food and things, but we're asking questions totally unrelated. Are you a Utah resident?
I am.
He's really worried now.
Uh-oh.
He didn't know what he was getting into. No, look. What do you know about Utah state parks?
I don't know anything about Utah state parks.
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Have you ever... Yeah, see, everybody starts with that, don't they?
They do. They really do. Holly, how about you? Do you know any state parks that...
The Great Salt Lake, the Antelope Island.
Yes, see?
Are you a longtime resident of Utah?
Yes, I am. I've lived here since I was 7 years old.
So what do you know about state parks?
Just that we enjoy our state parks, especially we like to go up to the Uintas, and we love Mirror Lake Parkway. And
Yeah, so you've seen a lot of Utah, but have you been to actual state parks?
we
Can you name a
been
state
to
park?
Arches.
Arches is a national park.
Oh,
National.
state park. I'm not sure which are state and which are national,
And
actually.
don't feel bad about that, because usually when we ask the question, first thing they say is Zion or Arches.
Yes. But we're proving that everybody, really, you actually know them, you just don't know you know. Like, so have you guys been to Bear Lake?
Yes, absolutely.
State park.
Okay.
Have you been to Willard Bay?
Yes.
State park. There are 43 state parks in the state of Utah.
I believe it. We've got a lot of land, a lot of beautiful, beautiful wilderness, and a lot of wonderful land. It doesn't surprise me. I should be surprised, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw a couple out there just to see if maybe you've been to a state park and don't even know you've been to a state park. You've heard of Rockport,
Yes, I've been to Rockport.
Deer Creek,
Oh yeah. Been to Deer Creek many times.
Wasatch Mountain
State Park.
State Park.
Been there.
I got an opportunity when I was young. My dad was doing his master's, and one of the classes he took, we got to go down to Anasazi State Park, and I got to learn to throw an atlatl, and I got to actually work on the Anasazi ruins there. But I was there when it was still the grid pattern, and I got to find one of the pieces of pottery that they had.
Yeah, they've got a beautiful pit house that's all been refurbished.
It was still just the ruins. He just dragged me along. I went along with him to a whole bunch of things like that.
This is perfect because we keep telling people that have families what a great, first of all, educational experience is for them, but it ends up being fun learning. And as a kid, you remember that your whole life.
Absolutely. I will never forget that. I got to see them work with obsidian, making them into arrowheads, how they used to do that. I got to experience all of those things that were really for a master's program, but because my dad was a history teacher, I got to go and be a part of that just because I'm his tag-along, I guess.
What if I told you there was a place where you could go and see actual dinosaur prints? I mean, real dinosaur footprints in the rocks. Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Tell Dad Red Fleet Reservoir down by Vernal, Utah, and then after you go to Red Fleet Reservoir, you can go see the museum, and they've recreated giant dinosaurs for you to actually look at. Would that be awesome?
Yeah.
All right, so on 3, just tell me Red Fleet Reservoir. Can you do that? 1, 2, 3.
Red Fleet Reservoir.
There's your assignment, Dad. I know I got you in trouble now.
Hey, now we've got to go. Okay.
That's enough.
All right. We will do that then, right?
Thanks for talking to me, guys.
I'm going to tell you about one maybe you haven't been to. Have you been to Kodachrome?
I have not.
Kodachrome State Park is just down the road, and the first thing people say when we ask them about state parks is they start naming Zion or Bryce or Arches is another one, not realizing those are national parks. But you can actually knock Kodachrome out as a state park just up the road from Bryce Canyon. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
It's a beautiful state park, got a nice campground area, lots of great hikes that aren't too strenuous for anybody, and has beautiful rock formations that people come from all over the world to see.
The Kodachrome speaks for what that might be, a lot of colorful rock formations and so forth that would be really neat.
Yeah, in the digital age, we don't say Kodachrome much anymore, but it used to be that was the film everybody had in their cameras, and it's certainly worthy of taking a giant SIM card on your phone and filling it up with pictures. So Kodachrome State Park, that's your assignment.
Yes, sir. Got it.
All right. Well, here's the great thing in Utah. When the weather turns cold up north, you just head south. And we heard Snow Canyon a minute ago. It's right outside of St. George. Sand Hollow is one of the newest state parks down there.
Heard that is really neat for take your bikes there. It's really pretty. I haven't been there, but I want to.
People love to take ATVs down to Coral Pink Sand Dunes, southern Utah. So year-round, there's a state park for you. You just need to make a plan to go.
Year-round, huh?
State parks cost you $20 for a carload to get in.
Unless you get the season pass, which my family actually got this year. Well, actually, it's almost, you get the season pass, and you can get into any of them for the entire year. And mine's about ready to expire, so I'm going to be re-upping that soon.
Okay, I have one you should go to because you haven't told me about it yet. Escalante Petrified Forest, is that right?
Absolutely fantastic. I have. And it's not very far from Anasazi State Park by Boulder. Just some beautiful vistas down there, both the national parks and the state parks. Just phenomenal that we have it in our own backyard, and most people just don't realize.
So now that you know there's 43 state parks, and no doubt one really close, you don't have to drive real far. If you've been to the Uintas, you could go to a ton of state parks and not drive that far. So there's lots of reasons why you should get out with your family and do it, right?
Definitely.
Skittles would so enjoy it. I'm pretty sure.
You think?
Yeah, look at that.
Looks quite the attack dog, actually.
Where can I find out more?
Look at that. Perfect setup.
And?
Stateparks.utah.gov will get you there.
Hey, we'll do it.
There are great maps there. You can click on all the individual state parks, and all the amenities are listed there. Stateparks.utah.gov.